So, Rarity was in a rock band? I don't know, just roll the intro.
My little pony, what is friendship all about? My little pony, friendship is magic.
Greetings, my Brony and Pegasus are friends. Welcome to Crimson Analysis. In this episode, I'll be analyzing Season 7, Episode 9, Honest Apple. We begin the episode with Rarity and Spike hanging out posters around Ponyville.
Thank you so much for helping me with these flyers, Spike. I'm so lucky you just happened to be walking past the boutique.
Yeah, right. Just happened to be walking past.
You can see this in one of two ways. Either Rarity went looking for Spike to ask him to help her because she knew he would, or he actually was hanging around the boutique and she just asked him to help her. And Guitars and Equestria confirmed. Wait, how did she... Never mind, it's Pinkie.
I've also managed to get esteemed fashion critic, hoity-toity, and iconic fashion photographer, Photo Finish, to come to Ponyville and judge the show.
Hoity-toity and Photo Finish. Still the season of the secondary characters.
And... wait until you hear who else will be a judge.
Countess Coloratura?
Countess Coloratura? Okay, that's the second time we've heard of her this season. I really hope this is foreshadowing that she will return. I really want to see her again. And Rarity asks Applejack to be the last judge, or ropes her into it, depending on how you see it. She explains that Applejack is the best pony for the job, seeing that as how Rarity has an eye for fashion, Hoity-toity has an eye for stitch work, Photo Finish has an eye for image, and Applejack has an eye for practicality, which some designers forget to consider. Apple Bloom, what are you doing?
I was just as surprised. Come on, Apple Bloom. You're doubling our workload here.
Sorry, I wanted to wear a signature hat like yours, but it's making it harder to see.
That's because it's not like mine. You don't need a fancy scarf to keep your hat on.
Okay,
Now
that's
you
just
can see.
adorable.
We missed you at Miss Pommel's debut in Manhattan last week.
Miss Pommel is showing? I thought she was still making costumes.
Oh, Coco Pomel. I really hope we get to see her again. Wow, they actually let us see her eyes.
Lily Lace, tell us about your inspiration.
You guys, this morning on my way here, I heard a bird singing literally the most beautiful song I'd ever heard.
You know, I really wish they had picked a different voice for Lily Lace, because she's cute, but that voice is just irritating. So stereotypical of a teenage girl.
I am Inky Rose.
Okay, I know that's a reference to something, but I'm not sure what it is. There are three things I can think of at the moment, and none of them fit perfectly. Someone call Maud. I'm pretty sure she and this girl will get along really well. Right off the bat, we see the problem. All the rest of the judges are marveling at the designs, while Applejack has no idea what the big deal is. While Applejack is the pony of honesty, she's a little too blunt about it. Ah, I feel so bad for all three of them. Okay, look at that face. You can't tell me that doesn't tug at your heart. With all the instruments Pinkie can play, why is the guitar not one of them? Wait, what? Okay, there's backstory here. I don't think any of us expected that. I mean, I expected her to be good at it, but I did not expect that. To us, Rarity has always been the proper pony. I thought she might pick something classical, but not that. Pinkie's frizz has been freaked. Okay, so there's backstory here I want to talk about. We're not given any information on it, but I think I can extrapolate a couple things. Out of all the ponies, we know the least about Rarity's past. I mean, we've seen a little bit here and there in terms of flashbacks, but there's still a lot we haven't been shown. And since there's no further evidence, it's headcanon time. At one point, Rarity was part of a rock band. We know she's part of the Ponytones now, and probably even created that band. But I believe, back when she was younger, she was part of a rock band. Looks like she played lead guitar by the way she shredded that. And I could see her being lead vocal as well. She must have been with that band for a couple years, because I play guitar too, and it took me years to play what she just did. Well, that looks really cool. I would wear that. Come on, Applejack, what are you doing? That was uncalled for. You can give your opinion, but you don't have to destroy something that took her literally hours to make. Okay, there's honesty, and then there's tact, and then there's that. So Rarity decides to turn the tables on Applejack a little bit here, and she takes her to a pony that doesn't like apples.
I was wondering
Oh,
if you could
she's
tell her how you
cute.
feel about apples. Don't like them.
What? Why? They're crunchy, they're sweet, they're delicious.
They're not strawberries.
You're right. Apples are better than strawberries.
Only if by better you mean better at being disgusting.
You'd better apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry that you actually bite into those tasteless, mealy, worm-filled things. Oh. Why are you so angry? It's just Strawberry's honest opinion.
Well, that's fine if she doesn't like them, but if she knew how hard we worked to make our apples perfect, maybe she wouldn't be so mean about it. Oh boy.
And Applejack now understands. So after that, she decides to set things right. She brings back the judges, gets the designers back in, and we were given the moral of this episode by Applejack.
Listen, y'all. I thought I was just being honest when I said all those things, but some pony helped me realize I was actually being hurtful. So for that, I apologize.
So, you don't think fashion is ridiculous?
Well, I still don't understand it, but I appreciate how much it means to y'all and how much hard work you put into it. I also know this contest is important to Rarity. So, what do you say?
Well, I'd hate to have come all this way here and not see what you can do.
Well said, Applejack. Out of all these designs, I like Inky Rose the best. I could see myself wearing those. So each judge gives one vote to each pony, and it's up to Applejack to decide. She can't decide, so she gives it to all of them. Final thoughts. I really enjoyed this episode. Not as much as some of the others we've had this season, but it was enjoyable. Applejack learns a really good lesson. That even if you don't understand something, it doesn't make it worthless. And just because someone's opinion differs from yours, it doesn't mean their opinion is worth any less. And even if you don't get it or don't like it, you can still appreciate the effort they put in. That's how it should be all the time. There are a couple of things that have come out of this fandom that I don't like, in terms of animation or songs. But yet, even though I don't like it, I can still appreciate the effort the creators put in. I mean, animation takes a long time. And even songwriting takes time. They put their time, their effort, and oftentimes their hearts into this. If you don't like it, that's fine, that's your opinion. But at least try to appreciate how much work they put into this. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about that rift that Rarity pulled. We can speculate all we want, but I really want the show to touch back on this. I really want to know the backstory behind this, because there is backstory here. My headcanon? Rarity played lead guitar in a rock band when she was younger. She maybe even took over lead vocals. Now, what happened to the band and why they broke up, or if they broke up, is up for interpretation. This is the only interpretation I can think of why she knew how to play that, and chose to play that. Because as I said before, I can play guitar, but it took me years to learn how to riff like that.
I think I might be a little too practical. My closet's nothing but 20 versions of this hat.
Wait, she has 20 versions of that hat? Oh yeah, I forgot about this scene. Now, I know a lot of fans are gonna get upset about that. A lot of people believe that she got that hat from her father, but the show never actually confirmed that. It was actually a fan story that started that. In the story, Applejack gets that hat from her father, and that's why she wears it all the time. But the show never confirmed that was the truth. In fact, they never actually confirmed at all why she wears the hat or whose hat it was. Personally, I really like the idea that it was her father's hat. It adds just that little bit more to her character. But saying that she has 20 versions of that hat doesn't mean that this story is invalid. All those hats could still be her father's. We don't know anything about him. Maybe he did have 20 versions of that hat. After he passed, they're all hers now. This was an episode I did enjoy. Had a good lesson for Applejack, one that she hasn't actually learned yet, and it shows that this series can grow and adapt. Even though the main six have grown so much and come so far, they still have lessons to learn. That really relates to us. No matter how much we grow and how much we learn and how wise we get, there are still always lessons to be learned. No matter how old we get, we will always continue to learn. There will never come a point where we have learned everything there is to learn. I gave this episode a 6.6 out of 10. Now don't think I didn't enjoy the episode, I really did. It's just that compared to other episodes in the previous seasons or even this season, this is where it falls. When I rank episodes, I'm ranking them against each other and how my first impressions of them are. I didn't have a bad first impression of this episode, it's just that compared to some of the others we've had, it didn't quite match up to them in terms of how much I liked them. This episode had a lot of secondary characters. Hoity Toity, Photo Finish, it even mentioned Countess Clarachura and Coco Pomel, who are two ponies I really want to see again. And yes, I realize they call her Miss Pomel, but she's still Coco to me. Just in the same way that she's called Muffins, but she's still Derpy to me. Well, that's it for this episode of Crimson Analysis. I'm Crimson Shield, thanks for watching.